I want to remind everybody to subscribe or resubscribe, and also to follow me on YouTube. That's your only homework for today. Literally, that's all I want you to do. The goal is just to get to the next chapter. The goal is also to eat some of these Hershey Kisses. Those are my only goals today. That and taking a nap. I think that's a good one. I'm almost to the next page. I'm not sure where everybody is today. Looks like the chat thing works today. It didn't on Monday, which was weird. I don't know what happened there. I'm glad it's fixed because I don't know how to fix it. Now we need the Three Musketeers. Don't ask me why. It wasn't so grossly hot out. I go to the store and buy me some Kit Kats. This might be a short writing session if nobody's around. Because I've already written a bunch this morning. I already knocked off a chapter. Where's everybody? Yeah, I'm not going to be on long because nobody's here. I've already written a lot. The Boston Red Sox versus Milwaukee Brewers game is just starting. I'll give it another 5 minutes. I actually had something to talk about today, which is crazy. Crazy. Yes, Frank. Fuck you been? I was about to give up. Great Dean Koontz t-shirt. Thank you. the aquarium from Camden. That's in New Jersey, Camden, New Jersey. Fine, fine city. You know it's a fun city because they have an aquarium. I haven't worn this shirt in a long time. It is a great aquarium, though. Top 10 aquariums I've ever been to. I mean, the one in Dubai, you can't beat that one. I spent a decent portion of yesterday going down some rabbit holes online. Trying to figure out why people are so awful. There's Nixon, speaking of people being awful. I mean, not. Of all the aquariums I've been to, that's one of them. There you go. There you go. So there's this romance author. I don't know if you've heard this story. Awful is as awful does. She did a Kickstarter to have a one of her books $200 per person Kickstarter, and you get a copy of her hardcover book, like an exclusive. I've never been to the Wisconsin Cheese Aquarium. That is really nice there. They have the hammer cheese shark is probably my favorite one. It looks like Aaron Rodgers. It's about as arrogant as Aaron Rodgers. So she does a Kickstarter for her fans. 2 years ago. She raises $95,000. And then a year later, people are like, oh, great, where's the book? Oh, I'm having a lot of personal issues. On and on. And then somebody finds out that I guess her and her husband opened a restaurant and likely used that money as part of opening a restaurant. So then when people call her out on it, she starts blocking people. Then, now it's been 2 years. People are like, where's my book? Or where's my money back? And basically she starts telling, people, well, you know what, you should have read Kickstarter terms because eventually the book will come out, but you can't do anything about it, more or less, because that's on you. Then she says she's getting a divorce from her husband. Now she's just fighting everybody. And recently, she put that book up for pre-order to get more money. And some people were like, well, maybe this is her Ponzi scheme. Maybe she's doing this so she can get more dumb people like the $95,000 worth of us. And then she's going to take that money and maybe she'll pay us back. And somebody's like, no, she'll probably just make another $95,000. And I think it's just insane. The whole thing is just insane. They're all, oh yeah, nobody's seeing a dime from that. No one's going to see a book from that. Because she's going through a lot of personal problems right now. People are being mean to her. That's always, you always see that. People are being mean. I can't wait to eat at Amanda's new restaurant. I didn't want to just throw it out there, but yeah, it's no. Then the other one, Another chick. Also, I don't know if she's romance. She's supposedly putting out a new book. I think it came out a couple days ago. But then there's some controversy because it seems like she put this book out last year, and then she just changed the cover of it, and then is acting like it's a brand new book coming out. But she says, "Oh, so in the book, it's about death. I don't think it's death gets a book, but it's a dog dies, and they're basically this person dies, and there is no afterlife. I think the dog gets run over by a car. So somebody's like, oh, could you put a trigger warning on your book because we're all wimps? And instead of just going, no, I just told you what the trigger warning was, she says, why? Basically, more or less, her answer is more or less, it's just a stupid dog. Nobody cares. And then, of course, people are like, yes. And then she doubles down with more or less like, oh yeah, they're not your children. They're not human. Basically, more or less, you loving an animal that much that it triggers you, you're a moron. More or less is what she said. So right away, that pisses everybody off. And even S.A. Cosby chimes in and basically says to her, nobody's saying you can't write a dog's death, but the way you're talking to people is you're not doing this the right way, more or less. And so then on her Goodreads, the people who are doing the video, they go on her Goodreads, and she's got like a 1 star on this book, like thousands of 1-star reviews on it. Like, how dumb can you be? Like, let's alienate most of my audience. When this new book, which technically seems like an old book, is newly released and you're trying to promote it. So, guess what time it is, ladies and gentlemen? I don't get the Kickstarter screwing others over. Yeah, it's like, let me kill my career because I'm making $95,000. I go to the bathroom. Talk amongst yourselves. Woo! That was close. Jiminy Cricket, that was close. A beef feed would be good in the toilet. So my woman who didn't write a 95K book, I have to watch Dead Air on an $8.99 a month. Give me one. Sorry, I just had a bunch of ads. That was good timing. Why aren't you subscribing? You know, you need to subscribe. What the hell are you doing watching ads for? If you have Amazon Prime, you use that and you get it for free. All right, thank you. Thank you for resubscribing. Whew. That was one of those, you know, when you're just sitting there, you're like, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just ate some leftover pizza. I just reheated some pizza for lunch. And now I just ate about 37 chocolate kisses. Then I'm like, oh, no, this isn't gonna work. They never let us know until the ads go. That's stupid. Bastards. Last night my wife, I'm sure Frank has experienced this. Last night her niece graduated from middle school and she'll be in high school next year. And so they had a ceremony. It's the only way you find out your subscription stuff is right. With Frank, it's all 7 times. And so she had to go to this ceremony at the middle school. And she was like, you don't want to go, do you? That's the stupidest thing ever. No. I said, you know how my mother realized we had graduated from middle school and we were going to high school? Because she said, the hell aren't you up dressed and going to school? We was like, yesterday was the last day of school. She's like, oh, all right, here, do some chores. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to cook. There's like literally no meat in this house except for chicken, and I forgot to thaw chicken. I have a lot of seafood. I was like, I don't want to make things. It's like, you know, it's like, so she's. I said, are you going to eat there? She goes, I'll probably grab something after, either with them or on the way home. I'm like, I'm ordering pizza. I don't care. I know it's going to rip me apart, which it's starting already. Here's the problem. There was nothing to air fry. There was nothing that like pizza rolls are done. There was a bag of onion rings, and I'm like, I don't know if I want onion rings. Like everything easy to throw in the air fryer I'd already eaten over like the last 3-4 weeks. We don't do like weekly food shopping. We do like monthly food shopping, and I have a list of all the things I like. Like, I could make shrimp quesadillas, but I don't wanna. I don't wanna do all that work. So I look through my emails. I'm like, oh, Domino's. Oh, I get 2 for $20, 3 topping medium pizzas and free cheesy bread or some shit. I'm just gonna do that. I did that. My first pizza, 3 toppings, was sausage, black olives, and onions. Then the second one was chicken, ham, and mushrooms. You could have done well as a ghost hunter-gatherer. Wasn't Rest in Peace Me Apart a Crocus album? Rip Me Apart. Yeah, maybe. I liked Crocus back in the day. I liked them. Guess I still like them. So I ate one half of one pie, one half of the other pie, and I ate half of the breadsticks while I watched the Unbelievable with Dan Aykroyd. I watched 3 episodes of that. Then she was home. Crocus is just obscure keel. How dare you? Crocus was not just obscure keel. Crocus was Swedish obscure keel. You forgot the Sweden part. Screaming in the Night, big song for them. Bigger than any song Keel ever had. So then, and then today I was like, you know what, I'm gonna eat the other half, or the other pizza, and I was like, you know what, no, I'm only gonna have half, and then so I still have a half. Crocus was Saxon with one less. Would maybe. Maybe. Good times. So there you go. So I had I had pizza. Domino's pizza. Why did I think they were German? Because you are insane. You're thinking of the Scorpions, or you're thinking of the Accept, or you're thinking of Warlock, or you're thinking of Duro, or you're thinking of Udo, or you're thinking of German people in general. Cheese haze. Exactly. Crocus might be the greatest Swedish band. Netherlandian band. I don't know how any of that works over there. I'm tired. I need a nap. So anyway, with that all being said, then my wife got home last night. She's like, "Let's order you some food." All right. I got a list. I got this list of food items. Let me read this shit off, and then you just hit. She just orders the Walmart delivery thing. It costs more, but we're rich. I'm lazy. You must be a sight after she's been gone all day. Yeah, she's gone today. So this morning, she got up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and got an Uber to the airport to go to Atlanta. And she'll be back around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock tonight from Atlanta. She had to go, and she had some big meeting or some shit. She had to go, but she's like, I'm just flying in and flying out. I'm not spending 2-3 days there. But she couldn't just take the car and drop it off in the garage in the airport, because the airport garage caught on fire a couple weeks ago. They won't admit what kind of car it is, but everybody's like, oh, it was obviously an electric car. And obviously, it was a Tesla. But basically, they have video footage of a car just sitting, and it just all of a sudden it just blew up. And it ended up wiping out 50 other cars, and the second and third level of the parking garage collapsed. So that's obviously all going to be closed for a while. So it's a pain in the ass. You can't park a car up there now. It lost like most of the parking spots. Cat's on fire, dog covered in nuclear waste, everything counts. Actually, Tom and Jess are watching the dog. She dropped the dog off yesterday. So they're watching the dog. I'm not changing a dog's diapers. I barely changed baby diapers. Cats are fine with me. Maisie's whining and whining. I'm like, oh, you need food. Okay, here, shut up. Lying on the couch, emaciated, whimpering and muttering about Duropesh. Exactly. But Duropesh, 30 years ago, Duropesh. Now she looks like your grandmother, who still likes to wear denim and leather. It's kind of not good. She always wore too much eye makeup too. Duropesh was no Lee Aaron. So yeah, so 5 o'clock food will arrive. And I'm probably going to do hot dogs tonight. Because you just grill throw like 3 hot dogs in the air fryer. Or 8, whatever. Joe Pesci looks like if Mary Poppins lost her shit. You might be right. She did order me another 2 bags of lobster ravioli though. Love it. I am a big fan of lobster ravioli. Except when we go out to dinner somewhere and like she's like the other day we were at an Italian place. She's like, "Oh, they have lobster ravioli on the menu." I'm like, "No, I'll make it myself. Let's see how their chicken parm is." You know what I'm saying? Like now, I always go out and I'm thinking, what are the things that I cannot make at home by myself? Those are things I'm going to eat while I'm out. She ordered from Walmart though, so no pork roll. That's literally the only thing I did not get. Lobster lasagna, delicious. Anything you put lobster in the front of, delicious. Lobster claws, dipped in some lemon, delicious. Did you watch the Favre doc yet? No, I did not. Yeah, lobsters at the alley. I did watch the Grudge episode, Favre versus Rogers. That was pretty good. You should watch that one, Nick. That's a good one. It basically talks about how shitty the Packers fans are. They were like, "We don't want." What's that on? It's on television. It's on Vice, Vice channel. It's called The Grudge. There's like, I think there'll be a total of 12 episodes. It's good. It's like, no, we don't want. What the hell did you? Basically, Brett Favre is like, yeah, don't. I need a lineman. We got the number 2 pick in the draft. Get me a lineman, and the Packers were like, fuck you. We're getting your replacement. We got the number 2 pick in the draft, so they get Aaron Rodgers, and the fans lose their shit. That's an awful. Brett Favre is our man, and then of course Brett Favre ends up being a total dick, and goes and plays with the Vikings. So then everybody's all losing their shit. But also basically talks about what an asshole Aaron Rodgers was right from the beginning too. It's good, compelling television. That's what people call it, compelling. Do you remember what the name of the Favre doc is? Brett Favre, yeah, Brett Favre Dignity. That's the name of it. Brett Favre, I stole all this money from the government. Brett Favre. Brett Favre, I want to pretend that I'm the one who is running this team. Brett Favre, I'm gonna let Michael Strahan soft tackle me, so he gets the record over Mark Gastineau, who deserved the sack record. That Brett Favre? Yeah, exactly. Untold, The Fall of Favre on Netflix. All right. Oh, it's an Untold episode. Okay. I'll have to watch that one. I would say I would watch it after this, but I'm probably going to take a nap after this. I just got the from Net Gallery, the new Ramsey Campbell book, which I finished the Dean Koontz book yesterday. Did a review. Everybody go watch it on YouTube. Only Favre's, exactly. He always try to come off like that aw shucks, Midwestern kind of guy, like, I don't have a bad bone in my body, BS. Like he's the second coming of friggin' Larry Bird or something. Guy was just a jerk. Jerk. Oh. So that noise. Not last night, the night before, people behind us And they were, if I could like just legally blow up one house, it would be that house. It's through the woods on the other side. They're the ones who are always, anytime we're outside at night, like, oh yeah, they're all out there, like smoking their ganja, you know, the marijuana. They're just the wind shifts and it's like secondhand high. And then it was like 11 o'clock at night till almost midnight, and they were just blasting really awful rap music. Not that there's good rap music. And just the bass was, I mean, like, literally my window was shaking. That's how loud it was. I was just so fucking annoyed. Like, I'm trying to get to sleep here. He's only slightly less intolerable than the Liver King. Yeah, I haven't watched the Liver King one. All Midwesterners are jerk. I'm starting to believe that. With their accents and stuff. I don't know. Alright, I'm not going to write anymore. I've hit like chapter and a half. No good rap music. We were just talking about third base. Short-term. You know what? I apologize, Frank. You're right. You're absolutely right. We did talk about third base the other day. And I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say it. Pop goes the weasel because the weasel goes pop. Yeah, third base. Alright, I'm wrapping this up. I've had enough. I want to remind everybody to subscribe or resubscribe, and also follow me on YouTube. Tell all your friends to do that. At ya boy. There's no bad rap music, just bad rappers. Yeah, maybe. Maybe eventually there'll be a good rapper somewhere. Candy rappers, get it? I get it. Alright, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will not see you tomorrow. I got therapy in the afternoon, and also I gotta go to dinner with my wife. Some vendor is in town. Going to take us all out to the fancy steakhouse. So we'll be doing that. You also enjoy, Mr. Frank. You also enjoy.